welcome and welcome back to my channel. My name is Raquelle Lynnette if this is your first time here, or welcome everyone. As you can see by the title today, we are going to be doing this very warm, kind of smoky nude look. You guys, I really am loving this. It's so natural. And what I'll be using today is the brand new Nudes palette by Hank & Henry Beauty that was just rolled out. It just hit the market, you guys. And this is a 9-pan eyeshadow palette that is actually all matte. And I don't have an all matte nude eyeshadow palette, so I wanted to bring this on here and create this really pretty look. So if you want to see me beat this mug, I actually did do a full face tutorial. So if you don't want to see me do everything that I usually do, I will put where you can skip to see me play with the nude palette. But anyways, if you're interested in seeing what I did to get this look, you're more than welcome to continue watching, and we're just gonna go ahead and dive right in. Alright y'all, so first and foremost, y'all already know I like to always wake my skin up with a skin mist. So this isn't anything new. I've kind of actually been raving about this product. It's the Murad 3-in-1 Probiotic Hydration Mist. So we go ahead and just prep our face with this. And next I'm gonna move on to a vitamin C serum. So I have been implementing a vitamin C serum into my makeup routine actually every single day, or even if I'm not wearing makeup, I have been using a vitamin C serum and I've been seeing a really good difference. So this is the vitamin B3 vitamin C serum by Kate Somerville. It's very new on the market, very pricey. Get it while you can, while it's on sale. I didn't even think to do my brows, oh my gosh. So we're just gonna go ahead and do our base prep before I do my brows. So my face is in need of some instant deep moisturizer. So I'm going to pick up this Murad. This is their clarifying oil-free moisturizer. I'm sure you guys see me use this plenty of times. This gel-like formula is so quick absorbing. You can't beat it. It just sucks right up into your skin, and there is no fragrance, no residue, nothing. It's really bomb. Now reaching for my Fenty Beauty, this is the mattifying pro filter, just a very light mattifying primer, and I don't love it, I don't hate it. It's just something that I will use. It does its job. Now with whatever translucent powder is closest to you, which the closest one is my Airspun Translucent, I'm just gonna go ahead and pick up this Tati Beauty sponge, and then I'm gonna set these over my brows because I never do my brows. I always do my brows before I put anything on my face. So the fact that I forgot to do my brows, child, I don't know what's going on. All right, so now for brows, I'm gonna go ahead and pick up this Bravo. This is a conditioning primer. It's not a glue. Like I've been seeing people use glue to set their eyebrows in place to have them stay in place, and I can understand the concept, but like I don't wanna have to deal with all the stickiness later on. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use this Benefit Cosmetics product. This one does not only make your brows stay in place, but it conditions and primes as well. So it's helping your brows. It's not just sticking them to one place. So that's what the product looks like. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and brush my brows into place. Do you see the difference? Like how they're staying in place and they actually look like brow hairs? I don't know, I was using this back in the summer and then I forgot about it, and now I found it again, so now we're gonna be using it again. So this is a newer brow product. As you guys know, I don't particularly like the brow pencil, and I'm gonna use it because I bought it and I'm not gonna take it back. It's just a way too thick, but you really have to take your time with it. So I'm going to use it. If worked with and you have a little bit of time, then you can use this. But like if you really draw your eyebrows in quick, it's like a lip liner. It's going to fill up and it's going to look muddy, and it's going to look like you just drew in your brows with a black pencil. And you can see a little bit of the primer shining through, but that is all right because it's gonna go away when I set my brows later on after I've done all my foundation. So for foundation today, I'm going to go ahead and reach for my NARS. This is the Soft Matte. This is a newer release and it's an awesome product. I'm going out today, so I'm going to be having my mask on. I'm gonna probably grab a couple of drinks or something, so I want my face to be kind of mask proof. That's why I always reach for this. All right, so that is all blended out, and I got a lot on my shirt. I don't even know how. But now I'm gonna take the Matte Velvet Skin concealer by Makeup Forever. You guys, this is the shade 4.4. This is the Matte Velvet Skin by Makeup Forever. Absolutely love this concealer. I've been reaching for this like every day. And then of course I always bring it onto my lid to create a barrier for my shadow. We're all blended out. Now I'm gonna go ahead and create a shadow with my Huda Beauty Tantour. This is this cream contour. It's not as deep or as harsh as a cream contour. It really just gives you the perfect shadow for your face. All right, so now picking up my Huda Beauty Blondie powder, I'm gonna go ahead and just set those concealed areas. Whatever is left on that puff, I just brush on I just pat onto the other parts of my face. This foundation is a self-setting, so I don't want to be too caked up. You just need a very just light touch of a powder. All right, so next I'm gonna go ahead and just start bronzing my face. I'm gonna use Morphe Glamour Bronze, and this is the shade Leader. And I'm just gonna go ahead and use this is a Sigma Small Contour F05 brush. Now, I used to have a Sigma code, but they stopped their ambassador program. So whatever they relaunch and I get another code, I will link it down below. But at this moment, I don't have any codes. And in the process of getting a few more discount codes for you guys. I know I've been asked like, why don't I have discount codes? And I have inquired with some of my favorite companies, and I will be getting more soon. So just stay tuned for that. All right, so the base is done, and we're gonna go ahead and jump into the main reason why I came on here, because this is the first time I've ever tried one of Hank and Henry's, not only their palettes, but any of their products. So I'm really excited. I just made their PR list. I've been a huge fan of Hank and Henry for a while, before the brand even came out. Just such a fun, lighthearted, open, just an awesome person that I love supporting. So just to be on their PR list is awesome. So 3 new palettes just launched, and there's a berries one, there's a mauves one that I did mention on my Instagram story. But today we are going to be playing in this nudes palette, and baby, she just screams Raquelle. Honestly, I mean, the color story, the packaging, everything. How could you not? So bomb, right? So I still have the plastic on. Let me take this plastic off because I did not want baby girl to be harmed before I could play in her. But look at this. This is my first all matte eyeshadow palette, you guys. I'm super excited about it because these are literally the nude shades that I always use. Like, there's no shimmers, but I'm excited about it. So we're gonna go ahead and start dipping and playing in this. So our first shade that we're going to dip into is called Mocha Muff. And so we're just gonna have this be our transition shade. And that's exactly, it's like an orange shade. Blend out so smoothly. Whew, these are so smooth. Not creamy, not anything, just a smooth formula that just blended out super quickly. And we're gonna do the other eye. Such a pretty flush of color. So that blended out beautifully, you guys. And now I really like this, first of all, because it has a mirror in it too, and it's a very sturdy mirror. It's a very decently sized mirror, so I don't have to keep looking anywhere but the palette, right? Love it. So next I'm gonna deepen this baby up, like for real. We're gonna go ahead and deepen her up. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up Skin Deep, and I'm gonna put that directly in my crease, and I'm using my MAC 217 brush. So pretty. And these are moving around, which is important. We don't want to have a stuck in place shadow. Oh, and then she oxidizes, she gets darker. Okay. Definitely the same color that it was in the pan on my lid, and I love that. I didn't use a brighter base or anything, as you guys see, and we are definitely getting some color payoff, baby. We are definitely getting some color payoff. These are the transition colors that I use like every single day. These are my jam. These are definitely up my alley. Yeah, that part. I'm picking up this Benefit Cosmetics. This is their concealer in the shade 9. And I just want to cut my crease because these are matte shadows. And I just find when you cut your crease with a matte shadow, it just looks better on your lid. So that's what I'm about to do. All right, all done. So now I'm gonna go ahead and take a flat eyeshadow brush, and I'm gonna pick up the shade Peel. And this is like a peachy shade, one of my favorite shades to put on my eyelid. So hopefully she performs good, because this is my favorite shade to put on my lid as a matte shadow. Pretty, she delivered and she picked up, y'all. She picked up. So now I'm just going to take Skin Deep and just blend that into that shadow. And bring it out, bring it out. Now I'm gonna go ahead and repeat those same steps on my other eye. So pretty. This is so pretty. And nudes don't necessarily always just have to be some tone of brown. There's so many different types of nudes, which is what I really liked about Henry's palette. Like Bomb, thinking outside of the box and implementing those colors that most people don't think of as nudes to give us this bomb palette. Thank you. That's all I'm gonna do with the eyes. So I'm gonna go ahead and line. I'm actually gonna line my eyes with my KKW lip liner, which I feel like it could be a liner for anything. It's a dual liner. She just made it as a lip liner. But since I can't find my Makeup Forever Limitless Brown, I'm gonna have to use this one. So I'm gonna just line it with a brown liner, which does more than what you would even think, honestly. All right, all lined. Now I'm gonna go ahead and dust away the excess powder on my face. Now taking my Sigma, this is my short shader brush. I'm gonna go ahead and dip into the shade called Skinny Dip, and I'm just gonna smudge this out underneath the shadow. It's like a pinkish nude, but really pretty. And I knew that it wasn't going to buff out too deep, and I want to keep this eye very warm. Boom, boom, bam. Looking really, really good. So saying that I do want to keep this a very warm brown smoky eye, I'm not going to line with a black liner. I'm just going to pick up my mascara and then pop on some lashes. So the mascara that I'm going to be using is the Roller Lash Mascara by Benefit Cosmetics. And then the new lashes that I'm going to be using, these are the Hidden Jewel Cosmetics, and they're called Bloodstone. Y'all, these are so pretty and dramatic, and I just really think that these are going to pop with this really, really soft smoky brown eye. So I popped the mascara on. What I'm gonna go ahead and do is pop those bomb lashes on off camera, and then I'm gonna come back and finish up the face. All right guys, so unfortunately my camera died. I thought I was recording, but I wasn't. So after I put on that Juvia's Place Barely There lip gloss, I went ahead and topped it with the Glass Slipper by Fenty Beauty just to add a little gloss. You know, I have to have my gloss. I have to have those plump and juicy looking lips. And then I used the product that we started out with, so I set my face with this Murad 3-in-1 Probiotic. I think that this palette performed beautifully. There wasn't too much fallout, and it does have a very, very high impacted, freaking concentrated, very pigmented shade. So I love this palette. I love the fact that he thought outside of the box to use all different kinds of nudes, because people just really think nudes are kind of like brown tones. We got some pinks in there, the pink nude, you know what I'm saying? Stuff that I live for. I definitely am going to be grabbing for this palette so much, you guys. Hank & Henry Beauty is one of those brands that you really have to invest into. The person behind this is such a beautiful, warm-hearted, bubbly, spunky, crazy, cool person, like, who started out as an influencer and makeup artist and knows about life, has been through some stuff, which is why I fell in love with him. So to be on the PR list, it just touches my heart, because now I really am freaking a night owl, and that's what we call ourselves. We are the night owl. So if you haven't already, please go ahead and check out Hank & Henry Beauties. This is their newest launch. They do have 2 more palettes that I will be bringing onto my channel, and some more products as well, so stay tuned for that. If you guys enjoyed watching me beat this mug, if you liked the palette, or if you have any questions, go ahead and leave me a comment down below in the comment section, and I'll see y'all here in my next video very soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.